We have extreme drought, and then we have extreme flooding. So these are the two major extreme events that contribute to climate change. Now, the intensity and the frequency is also another big factor. Previously, droughts used to be there, yes, to a smaller scale. Rainfall used to be there, no such flooding as such. But now the frequency and intensity is so much that when there is flooding, you might even pray that we don't have rain anymore. And the fact that
Honorable, we have an intervention from the Honorable John Waweru, member for Dagoretti South.
Madam Speaker, I thank you. And I'm extremely hesitant to interrupt my very good friend, Major Bashir. And Madam Speaker, kindly protect me from Major, because I think being a second termer, he would understand that if I'm standing on a point of order, he would not be on his feet, Madam Speaker, and I thank the intervention. Madam Speaker, I'm very hesitant in interrupting the very esteemed member, Honorable Bashir. But I want to know, Madam Speaker, is the Honorable Bashir in order to tell this House, and in the presence of learners who are actually taking notes, that there has not been flooding seen as we are seeing it today? Well, we very well know, Madam Speaker, that throughout the history of the world, flooding has been a phenomenon that happens, up to and including what is recorded in our religious books. I know the Bible records about the Noah's Ark and the flood. So Honorable Bashir ought to be factual, as is stipulated by our standing orders, so that it does not mislead this House to think that the only flooding that has ever happened is the flooding that happened in his lifetime. He might want to look further back and see that flooding is a phenomenon that has always been there. It is only that it is happening at a frequency more often than has previously happened. Yes, thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I just wanted to know if she's in order.
Honorable Major Bashir, would you like to relook at your statement?
Honorable Speaker, I want to put the record straight that I added the issue of frequency and intensity. I think Honorable KJ didn't capture the issue of me saying that the frequency and intensity is increasing over the years. Of course, we know the story of the Ark. It's also captured in our Holy Quran, and it is very, very explicit on that. But we're talking about that this climate change we're talking about, actually, it is nature being furious with humans. We are actually making nature so angry that it is now reacting.
I take note that you're continuing with debate, but the Honorable KJ, Honorable Waweru, rose on a point of order on a statement of facts, and I would like you to address that. Then now I can give you an opportunity to continue with the debate.
Thank you. I agree with Honorable KJ that issue of flooding is not the first time. It has happened before. But we're talking about the intensity that is increasing. Of course, historically, even some of us were not born. I mean, those many, many years back, flooding used to be there, yes. But in those early years, way back before you were born, of course, flooding used to be there. So I agree with KJ that, but we're talking about the intensity and the frequency that we are seeing. Whenever now rainfalls come, it is two extremes. Climate change extremes are two factors. It is either one extreme on drought, another extreme on rainfalls. So that I think is quite important. But my point is that frequency and intensity is not the same as before. Sometimes it's too low, sometimes it's too high, and those are the effects that we have.
KJ, I would like to give him a chance
Honorable Speaker, KJ is trying to interrupt on my time.
I give KJ a chance. What is out of order now, Honorable? I take notice that the Honorable Bashir has corrected himself. And this being a house of debate, he can debate whichever way he chooses, but he has corrected himself on the fact. So, what else is out of order, Honorable KJ?
Madam Speaker, he glossed over it and went on to make it even worse. Because he said, yes, he admits, then goes on to say that humanity is facing these results of climate change in a more aggressive way that has ever been seen before, which, Madam Speaker, falls flat on the issue of facts. The fact is, Madam Speaker, that he has no data to prove that it is more intense or more frequent today, because, Madam Speaker, if we went back to history, even in locally, forget the stories in the Bible, we know of Narawia Miaga, way back in the days, when long before we were born. But Madam Speaker, my point was this.
KJ, what exactly is out of order?